Hey everybody, welcome back to Joey D's Golf Journey. I got a real special video here for us. I interviewed a touring pro. His name is Mike Sweeney, and right now he is playing on the mini tours in Florida, chasing his dream to one day be on the PGA Tour. Mike's done a little bit of everything. He's played on the Canadian PGA Tour, he's played on the PGA Tour Americas, he's played in Corn Ferry events, and you get to hear Mike's story from when he started golf, what it's like to play on the mini tours, the different guys he's played with, and his experience on all the other tours, and what it takes to really to make it out there. It's an incredible story. You might have remembered the name a couple years ago. He kind of splashed onto the scene because when he made the Corn Ferry Tour event, he was labeled as the golfer that was living out of his car, and what have you. So he splashed onto the scene, and it lasted for a couple weeks. But anyway, it's a great interview. Sit back and relax and enjoy it. And please like and subscribe. And without further ado, here's my interview with Mike Sweeney. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, Joey D's Golf Journey. Got a very special guest here with me today. It's Mike Sweeney. Mike, how you doing?
Joe, we're having a great day. It's great to be on your channel. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, I really appreciate it. We've been trying to do this for a long time. So Mike is an actual touring pro. He plays on the MLG Tour down in Florida. Right? Did I say that right? The MLG Tour?
MLGT, minor league golf tour at
Yeah.
the moment. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But he's also played on the Canadian Tour. He's played on the PGA Tours America. He's played in some Corn Ferry events. And the real cool thing about Mike is I met him a few years ago. We played at a charity event together.
Yes, we did.
Yeah. And we won actually, which was,
yes, we did.
Which was
yes,
cool.
we did.
But he is from, well, I live in Enfield, Connecticut now, and that's where Mike is originally from, is Enfield. And so that's really cool, right? So I've been following, Mike, I've been following you, as you know, your career here since I've known you. I've only been a couple of years, but I keep track of it all the time. And at last count, I could be wrong, but it looks like you have, to me, I think you have 19 professional wins.
I believe 19 is correct. There's a couple little moving parts and stuff like that on some of them, but I believe 19 is the official number. Yes, sir.
Yeah, when I went through down the list, I counted 19 number ones. But
yeah.
We talked about how you won the qualifying school one year, so you counted that too. So
absolutely, yeah.
We could say 20, I guess, right?
Arguably my biggest win. Arguably.
Yeah, absolutely. So how did you even start in golf? Like, how old are you now? You 29, 30?
I'm 29. Yes, sir.
29. All right. How did you even get started? Because I know that you're a heck of a bowler too, and that's where So how'd you get started in golf?
Yeah, just so from a young age, growing up in Enfield over on North Street, they had that driving range over there. My dad, at some scramble charity event, he won me a set of like kids junior Snoopy clubs, and they had like 4 clubs in it. Yeah. So I had those growing up, and he would like bring me over to the driving range. Like there's a real old video my mom actually sent me. I had to be like 4 or 5 years old hitting golf balls on the driving range. That was really cool. And but I wouldn't say I really started like playing and like taking golf a little more seriously until I was probably 11 or 12, maybe 13.
Okay.
For most of my childhood, I grew up playing hockey. That was my main sport. I was a goalie, which in Connecticut, hockey's huge.
Yeah.
But something when I think it was like around middle school, something clicked and I just started really falling in love with golf. And then pretty much been playing ever since then. It's been my main sport. So
did you play on the high school team?
Golf? Yes. Yep.
Okay. All right. And so after high school, you didn't go and play any college golf, right? Did you turn pro immediately?
I did not. No. So I went to Asnuntuck for, we'll call it a full semester.
Okay.
If anyone asks, it was a full semester. I went ahead and swiftly dropped out of there. And then I stayed in Enfield until I was 22. So I was actually just working. Like I worked at Shallowbrook in Summers, the horse farm, the equestrian center. I worked at Shaker Bowl over in East Long Meadow. Like I was just kind of your standard, like early 20s, late teens, like kind of lost after high school, doesn't really know where his life is headed kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I mean, I turned pro in 20 or 2019. I think I played my first professional event down
All
here in
right.
Florida.
Okay.
Um, my dad and his girlfriend were thinking about moving to Florida in 2018, and they asked me if I wanted to go, and I was like, "Yeah, absolutely. Like, let's
Yeah.
go do
Yeah.
it." So I just turned pro and just started grinding it out from there. So
That's cool. So you made the move down to Florida in 2018,
yeah,
and now I remember you. There was a story that was being told, like when you made that Corn Ferry event, and you kind of
yeah,
splashed onto the scene there for a brief moment.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so was it that your dad said, "Okay, I'm going to give you a year to for you to have a go at this, and after this,
Mhm.
after that, you're kind of on your own as far as."
Yeah, I mean, it was more. I don't know exactly what the time frame there is. We moved there October of 2018, and I think he said once I turned 25, he said once I turned 25 years old, like I couldn't live with them anymore. I had to
Okay.
go do whatever I was gonna do. So
Yeah. Yeah.
the age of 25 came, and I was like, I moved down here to play golf, right? So
Right. Right.
I don't really have, I mean, obviously I don't have a lot of money still.
Yeah.
We're playing on the minor league tour. So I didn't have a lot of money. Couldn't really afford to live, pay rent somewhere, and play golf as much as I wanted to. So
Yeah.
um, I went ahead and I was like, I'm just gonna sleep in my car, not
Yeah.
pay rent,
Yeah.
and just go drive to golf tournaments, shower at the gym, do whatever I had to do to get by.
Yeah.
So that's what I ended up doing for about, it was probably 4 or 5 months. I know, like obviously the media, when I got into that Corn Ferry event, there was all different types of reports, like, oh, he's been living
Yeah.
in his car for the last 3 years, doing this and that.
Yeah.
It was like a good 4.5 months,
Okay.
until a close friend of mine found out I was living in my car, because like that wasn't something I was just going around spreading to people. You know what I mean? It
Right.
was just
Right.
something I was doing on my own. He found out I was living in a car, and he let me sleep on an air mattress in his house, and then I jumped around from house to house, from friend to friend for a little bit until eventually I started making enough money on the minor league golf tour to actually, like, I pay rent at this house that I live in now with a couple of friends
Yeah.
of mine. So
Great. Great. Yeah.
yeah,
So, do you ever get back up here up to in this way anymore or no?
occasionally, I mean, maybe once a year.
Okay.
So like I played, as you know, I played on, you said I meant played on the Canadian Tour, PGA Tour Canada 2023.
Yep.
That's actually, I believe, was the year after I met you. I think we played in 22, if I'm not mistaken.
It was definitely the year after we met because
Yeah.
I was really for those of you who don't know, my like I'm 56, right? So it's like I hate to say this like this proud father thing, right? But I met Mike and he's such a good guy and he was so gracious when he played golf with us that when I found out that he was like was Monday qualifying for tournaments and things like that, and then when you got your card and made the Canadian Tour,
Yeah.
I just thought that was the coolest thing, man. And so I was following every freaking, I was agonizing over every shot with you.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I played that Q school and got my Canadian Tour card before I munted into the Corn Ferry event. So like
Okay.
it was kind of like two really big like stepping stones in a really short period of time. Like I got my first tour card, and then like I made it through my first Monday qualifier like 2 or 3 months later, and like was playing on the Corn Ferry Tour and all this stuff. So it was a lot to handle, but yeah, that summer of 2023, I was actually living in Connecticut for the summer because I was playing events in Canada. So on my off weeks, I would come back to Enfield and stay there with a good friend of mine, Chris. He has a guest bedroom. He lets me stay in whenever I need it. So
Nice, nice. So we'll back it up a little bit, and we'll come back to the Canadian Tour stuff. So,
yeah.
when did you get your first professional win? Do you remember?
Ooh,
You know
hold
what?
on here. I think it was January 3rd, 2022.
All right, all right,
Abacoa Golf Club. I shot 5 under.
all right. How'd that feel? Must have felt pretty good to get your first pro win.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a very interesting one, because at that point I still, like, in my, like, my head, my heart, I didn't feel like I was really good enough to be winning professional events at that point.
Okay.
Like some of the guys I played with were just way better than me.
Uh-huh.
So the fact that like I got hot one day and I actually squeezed out a win, I was like, wow, that's actually really, really cool, really nice to feel. Because up until that point, I felt like I had no chance of beating anybody. So
Yeah, and it seemed to open up some floodgates for you because
Yeah, it sure did. And
you
then
got your wins came in bunches. It seems like
absolutely, yeah.
you've only 20. You said 2022. Was that when you said it was the first win?
Yeah, that was 2022. Yep.
All right. And so here we are in 2025, and 19 wins later, plus the Q school, so 20
Yeah.
wins. I mean, there's a lot that you've accomplished and done in that short period of time. So, when I was checking out the money list on the for the tour you're on, and
Yeah. Yep.
there are some names for the folks that don't know. There are some big names that have played on this tour.
Absolutely.
I saw I wrote a lot of them down. As a matter of fact, I mean, I saw names like Eric Cole, Chase Koepka, Brooks Koepka. I even saw Lexi Thompson on the list.
Yeah, she played an event. Yeah, during COVID, I believe.
Michael Werninski, who's actually from this area, who's on the PGA Tour now. Cameron Young, Ken Duke. It's just Adam Long. There was the names just went on and on. I was like, holy cow, I can't believe how many guys that are playing on the PGA Tour now, and obviously LPGA with Lexi Thompson, have played on the on the tour that you're on. And
absolutely,
yeah. And I seen that, I know that Chase Koepka has been playing some tournaments recently on the tour. So he was on Live, and I see that he's been, back out there with you guys.
Yeah, funny enough, I got paired with Chase a few weeks ago, and him and I have actually become friends. Like, we've played golf probably 3 times in the last week, just going out and playing, practicing, getting better. So Chase is a really good dude, awesome guy. He has a ton of knowledge. He's taught me a bunch of stuff in the few weeks I've known him already. So shout out to Chase Koepka.
Nice. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's played, PGA Tour. He's played.
Yeah.
He was on Live. I don't know if it was a year or 2 years or whatever.
Yeah, I think I spent a couple of years there. Now he's on the, he's playing the Asian Tour. And from what I hear, he's playing pretty well out there. So
yeah. It's, he's unfortunately, he's got his living, right now his brother is, Brooks Koepka. So it's got to be tough for him, but I hope he finds his own way, and makes a big name for himself. But I mean, I think, when people say Chase Koepka, they know him just as well. You disappeared on me, Mike. You still there? All right. We lost Mike here for a second. All right. We had a little technical glitch there. We lost Mike. We're back. We're back. So anyway, we were talking about your friendship with Chase Koepka and how he's taught you a lot. And that's awesome. And I'm glad to hear that he's doing well on the Asian Tour.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, you've played in a lot of tournaments this year. I know that did you start this year on the PGA Tour Americas, or was that last year?
That was last year. Yeah, I've had no status this year. I've had some unfortunate things happening at Q schools where I've been hindered from getting any tour starts. So here we are.
Yeah. Is this like you and I talk about the weather all the time, right? You're in these tournaments, and every time it seemed like for a period of time you would have this great first round. These 2D tournaments, you'd have a great first round, and then the next day would get washed out, right? And you wouldn't have a chance to move up,
that's I just kind of see that as the nature of beast living in Florida and playing in Florida in the summer. It's just we get thunderstorm after thunderstorm and stuff like that. But the Q schools are just kind of fluky little things, nothing to do with weather, just things that happen in golf that I guess you just got to be more prepared for sometimes. So,
yeah. So when you made the leap to the Canadian PGA Tour, PGA Tour Canada, did you see like a big jump in like the level of play, the types of courses? Were they longer? Were they harder? What was it like?
I mean, the level of play is definitely higher. Pretty much anybody on the Canadian Tour could win any single week.
Yep.
As far as the golf courses, they're all kind of up in Canada. So most of them are kind of short, really narrow, long, rough. A lot of like irons off of tees, hit wedges close, a lot of putting contests, stuff like that. A couple of the weeks you got some really nice golf courses where like they actually had some length to them, but for the vast majority it was kind of like weaving through tree lines and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And you, how many events did you play for up there? I don't know how many.
Played 8 events in Canada, I think.
Okay.
Played terrible for pretty much the whole summer. Yeah, I missed the cut in the first event by a couple. I made the cut in the second event, finished 30th, and that was the only cut I made the rest of the summer. I went 0 for 6 or 7 after that. So
yeah. So, but you got the you got the experience of
right.
You got the taste of it, right? And I'm sure that you must be jonesing to get back up there.
Correct. And for me, that was my first experience, like traveling and playing golf on a week to week basis. Like, because I didn't play in college where they're going to play tournaments. Like, the only tournaments I played were local stuff. So like having to figure out a travel schedule, how to make sure your body's rested and recuperated before the first round. All those things were a learning process for me. So, it was definitely new. It was definitely interesting. I definitely lost a lot of money, and I lost a lot of happiness in the process as well. So
yeah. Wasn't there? I don't know if it was a podcast or somebody else started like a GoFundMe page for you to help you out.
When I Monday queued into that Corn Ferry event, Ryan French, the Monday Q guy, Monday Q Info. I don't know if you know that account. He's big on social media. He just posts like cool Monday Q, cool golf stories.
Yeah.
He posted that whole story about me that blew up, and he put my Venmo in it.
Venmo. Okay, that's
yeah. So through that story is how I actually had money to play the whole summer in Canada and not be dead broke after missing 7 of 8 cuts or whatever it was. So
it gives hope, man. People's generosity sometimes is just, it's probably people that were giving you money that you didn't even know them.
No, most of them I didn't know. It was just like random people that saw it, read the story, and I honestly think that's probably like a once in a lifetime kind of gift. And from here on out, I pretty much got to earn everything I'm getting. So
it's everybody who's a golfer, passionate golfer, right? We all dream of playing golf at that type of level. And,
correct.
And it's funny. I'm 56, but I started playing golf at 11 years old myself, and I'm like. I should be way better than I am. It's a hard sport, right? It's a hard game.
Really difficult.
Yeah. And, but I have found this passion with, on this doing the YouTube stuff, and it's been a ton of fun. And so
I love that.
Yeah. It's just whatever it is, what it is, but I love doing it. All right. So now you lose your card on PGA Tour Canada, and do you come back to the minor league tour, or did you go directly over to, PGA Tour America? I don't remember.
Yeah, so
the process was.
Yeah, so the process, I lost my card there. So at the end of every year, they have the big Q school, the Corn Ferry Tour, and now actually they give out PGA Tour cards. I sign up for that. I go play first stage, and after playing terrible the whole year, I somehow shoot 18 under for the week and win first stage.
Wow.
Yeah, I shot 1 under in the first round, 9 under in the second round, even in the third round, 8 under in the final round.
Okay.
Don't know how I did it. Still to this day, I'm not sure where that came from, because I had little to nothing to offer in Canada literally a month ago. So by winning that first stage of Q school, that's how I got my card for PGA Tour Americas for 2024.
And it was like 7 starts or something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, I got the first 6 that were in South America.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what was it like playing out there? I mean,
that was interesting. Definitely a lot of risky / suspect things going on out there. Like, landed in Ecuador, and for whatever reason, the flight I was on was landing later than any of the scheduled shuttles from the PGA Tour. So I just hopped in a taxi with a guy that spoke no English, and he drove me an hour to my hotel. But like, he could have been taking me, like, I don't know where we are. He could be taking me anywhere. He could be doing anything with me. Like, I got golf clubs, like.
Yeah.
But he took me to the hotel, and I was perfectly fine. But just like little stuff like that, like just walking down the street in Peru, knowing that like you can't speak to anybody because you don't talk, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Just stuff like that's really cool. And like some of the travel stuff and like getting from place to place was very, very interesting. Going through airports when nobody speaks English, stuff like that.
Yeah. And how'd you play out there?
It's similar, a little better. I mean, I think I made 2 cuts.
Okay.
Finished 40th and 30th in those 2, and then I missed 2 cuts by 1, so like it was a much better effort. It very easily could have been finished top 60, keep my card, kind of 6 events, but I think I finished 110th on the points list and lost my card again. So
all right. So now let's talk about the kind of splash that put you on the map for that period of time. I mean, I couldn't believe it when I logged on to PGAtour.com and saw this story about golfer goes from living in car to playing in Corn very bad. And I'm like, are they talking about Mike? Right. And so I read, and there you were. So tell me about the Monday qualifying and getting into that Corn Ferry tent event, and then all the attention you got. It was crazy there for a little while.
Yeah, I mean, I try to think about it sometimes, and like everything happened so fast. Where like I don't really remember being very present that week. Like I don't remember as much as I should. Like my buddy Vincent flew out that week and spent the week with me. And he's like, "Oh, do you remember this and that?" And I'm like, "No, I sure don't." But basically, I went up there with a buddy of mine. We drove to Huntsville, Alabama, like 10 and a half, 11 hours. We played the Monday. I remember a couple of the shots from the round. I don't remember a ton of it. I remember being 5 under going up the 18th, and I'm like, okay, we have a chance. It's like a drivable dogleg right, probably 320, 330. And I was like, well, I need at least birdie to give myself a shot, because there's 120 guys playing for 4 spots. So like, I hit like a little slice driver around the corner up into the bunker, probably like a 20-yard bunker shot, splash it out, it goes in, I shoot 7 under.
Wow.
I'm like, okay, so like in that moment, I'm like, that's really cool. Let's go put our scorecard in and see what everything's looking like, right? So I was in the morning wave, so I had to wait the entire afternoon for everyone to finish. And eventually it becomes I think one guy shot 9, one guy shot 8, and then I believe there was 5 of us that shot 7.
Okay.
So we had a 5-way playoff for 2 spots. First hole, it's a par 5. I believe 4 of us make birdie, including me. And then one guy makes par, he gets eliminated. So we go to the 18th hole again, where I hold out in regulation, made eagle. And I pull out driver again. So I was like, it's what I did in regulation. I might as well do it in the playoff.
Yeah.
I kind of oversliced it. I was over in like the trees over there. I hit like a good little bump and run up on the green to like 40 feet. Decent lag down there to like 6 feet. Somehow one guy taps in for par. He's in. The other 2 guys miss their par putts. And all of a sudden I have a 6-foot putt inside the left edge, straight up the hill to get into a Corn Ferry event. And I can safely tell you, I've never felt pressure like that before. That was like the first time where I felt it, and I was like, "Whoa, dude! Like, what's going on here?" You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And somehow I hit the putt. It went in, and we got into the event, which is just so the fact that I hold out on 18 in regulation from the front bunker for eagle to shoot 7 just to get in a playoff.
Yeah,
and then somehow have the gift of having a 6-footer for par to make it through the playoff is just really crazy, really unlikely scenarios.
Yep.
And then obviously as we go into the event, I actually start the tournament on 10. I make a birdie. It's a par 5 to start the tournament.
Yep.
A couple of pars, and then we get to the what is that, 10, 11, 12th hole, 13th hole. Par 3, 227 down the hill. Like it's kind of cold, rainy in Huntsville. Like I got layers on. Actually, I didn't have layers on yet. We got there eventually, but I just hit a 4-iron. I kind of honestly thinned it a little bit.
Yep.
And I just heard it hit the flag, and nobody knew where my ball was for a second. And then we saw the marshal over there. He's pointing into the hole. And,
yeah. How cool is that?
Somehow from 227, I thinned a little 4-iron, and it flew directly into the hole. No bounces, nothing, just slam dunked. So.
Yeah, I can't remember if I saw the video of that. I don't remember if they got that on video or not. But
yeah, so my buddy that was there actually was recording my golf swing, so he has the swing of where it went in. Okay. There's no video of the ball going in the hole. Obviously, there was nobody down there like watching it. But after it went in the hole, obviously my buddy went running down to the green so he could get it on video, me pulling out of the hole, and then Golf Channel came over and asked if they could take a picture, all that stuff. So
that's great. You know, and I remember you in the press conference saying, I don't know, something like play in a core variant event and hit a 4-iron and make a hole in one or something. Something like I remember that line. It was pretty funny.
It was a great quote. I don't remember saying it. I don't remember why I said it. I think it was a little slam dunk 4-iron never hurt anybody. I think
that's right. That's right. And I think that was on PGAtour.com too, the website.
Yeah, and then that's when everything like my story had already started kind of like blowing up, and then like once I made the hole in one, that's when everything like two holes later, I had like a crowd of like I don't know, maybe 75, 100 people following my group after that when I had 10 to start. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was really cool. I remember that, and I was like, I can't believe this is the same guy I was playing in this charity event with the last year or whatever it was. All right, so now we're back. You know, we're back playing on the minor league golf tour, right?
Yep.
And so what's the goal here? I mean, I know ultimately the goal is you want to get to the PGA Tour, but what are the steps that you're going to have to take? What do you need to do? I know you need to play better, right? You got to make enough money and all that stuff.
Yeah,
it seems like you've had a pretty good year. I mean, I looked, you made almost $100,000 in career earnings on the tour, over the last few years. So doing well on this tour doesn't give you any kind of status, right? You win money.
No.
Yeah. So it just gives you something where you win some money and you try to go on to do some qualifying schools and
correct.
Monday qualifiers and hope that you just catch a hot streak. Right. And then
that's pretty much it. So, I'll give you a story from Q school last year that I kind of referenced earlier. I feel like you and I have talked about this just like over text.
Yeah.
But, I play first stage, Tulsa, Oklahoma, finish third, cruise through. I go to Palm Coast, Florida, up kind of near Jacksonville for second stage. And I shoot even in the first round. I'm like, okay, like I'm not driving it that good. Shoot even in the second round, shoot even in the third round. I'm like really confused because I keep like 1 out of every 3 drives I hit goes like 100 yards off the planet. And I'm just usually driving is like the best thing I do. So I was really like distraught, confused, like wasn't understanding it. So after the first 3 rounds, I was actually tied for the lead in the entire field in birdies. I had 16 birdies.
Wow.
That was even par. So eventually, I mean, I needed to shoot probably, I think it was 5 or 6 under in the final round. It was blowing. The course wasn't that easy. I think I made the turn at like 1 or 2 over, and then I pretty much just like packed it in because I had a 3 or 4 hour drive home from there. So, so I think I ended up having 10 penalty shots off the tee for the week.
Wow.
Which is really bad.
Yeah.
So I come home and like, I think I don't touch club for a day or 2, and then I go to my coach's indoor place and I'm like, let's figure out why I'm driving it so bad.
Yeah.
I hit 2 balls and my driver cracked straight through the center of the face.
Oh, there you go.
So I was playing a flat face driver at second stage of Q school, and unfortunately, that's a tough way to get eliminated and a tough way to lose 7-8 grand or whatever, however much I spent for those 2 stages of Q school. So
that is.
I do genuinely believe that if that driver wasn't cracked and it was still in its functioning form, I probably would have made it to final stage.
Yep.
Because I mean, I was making I made 16 birdies, losing 10 tee shots. Like you got to think if I hit those in play, I'm making a few more even. So
yeah.
But hindsight's 2020. I learned from it, and now anytime my driver starts acting weird, I know exactly where to go. I know exactly what to do. It was just one of those weird things where, like, it's a driver I'd been using for, like, 2.5 years. I loved it. It was my favorite. And then, like, I never even considered in real time that it could be, like, compromised. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
I just kept hitting it, and I figured, like, maybe the nerves, maybe, like, we're at different type of grass that I'm not used to. Like, who knows what could be causing me to hit it bad. But turns out the driver was broken. So,
I mean, it sucks that you didn't know it. And
correct. So,
you know what? I know that you're going to have another crack at this, right? You're going to get another crack at it. And, it's, you play. I mean, I watch your scores every week. I'm seeing you 65, 66. I mean, you're playing good golf, man. And so I really feel like it's going to happen for you. I know that there was that one Q school earlier this year where you actually played really well. You were like 11, like you were double digits under par, but the winner was like some ridiculous.
Yeah, that was that was the PGA Tour America's Q school to go on the Canadian swing again.
Okay.
And I mean, I played fine. I shot 11 under for the week, like nothing bad. Didn't putt it that great. I played fine. It's like it's a good solid week, and I missed I think I missed guaranteed starts by 6 shots. Like it took like 17 under to finish top 10. And I was like, it's just one of those weird weeks. I was like, I didn't think the golf course was that easy, but apparently it was pretty easy.
Yeah, I remember you saying to me over text, you're like, I have no idea why the scores are so low. I mean,
yeah,
I was, and we have a mutual friend, and I remember I texted him, and I'm like, I go, Mike shot like 11 under, and he's not even sniffing it right now.
I didn't even get conditional status. I missed top 30 by a shot. I finished 34th at 11 under. Like, I think 120 guys shot under par that week out of the 150 that teed it up. But
that's crazy. That just shows you the level of talent that's out there. I mean, it's deep. It's deep.
Yeah, I think I shot 6 under in the 3rd round or something like that, and I only climbed up like 18 spots on the leaderboard, and I was just like you're like, what do I got to do out here? Like, you got to shoot 10 if you want to make up any ground, and like 10 under doesn't happen very often. Like, let me tell you.
Yeah. All right, so let's see. So you're going to finish up the year on the minor league tour, and then you're going to try to hit some Q schools. I'm assuming that, I know you just want some money to do get for a Monday qualifier, and you told me you get to pick whatever one you want to try to do.
Yeah, so I'm actually Chase Kepka and I are actually going to go to the one in Omaha, Nebraska in 2 weeks together. We're going to go travel to that one. So
great.
You could see me on the Corn Ferry Tour in 2 weeks as soon as that. So who knows?
I hope so. I'm always pulling for you. I text you all the time.
I would say you're honestly probably my number one supporter. Like, you text me more about my golf than like my dad does, and I think it's awesome.
Yeah, Mike, I'm a big guy. I'm a big person of I try to raise awareness for mental health and things like that. But I also find it incredibly impressive that you're not giving up on your dreams, right? Some people would have packed it in by now and been like, whatever, but you're not. And I encourage you not to do that. Like, don't pack it in, until you are like at a point where like, I just can't do this, and hopefully you never get there. And
I mean, there's definitely moments, there's highs and lows where it's like, dude, like, this sucks. Like, why am I doing this to myself?
Yeah.
But then, like, obviously, you play one good round and you're like, oh, dude, I'm so back. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's an everlasting, just up and down roller coaster of emotions where, there's definitely a lot of downs and you're like, dude, this sucks. Like, I don't like, why do people do this to themselves? And then there's moments where it's like, yeah, okay, that's why. Got it.
Yeah. Yep. Well, Mike, I really appreciate you coming on and
absolutely
doing this for me. I think, I got like 320 subscribers now, so maybe you got 320 new fans, hopefully.
Hey, I'll take them all.
I don't know if there's any social media that you have that you want to share with these guys.
I'm pretty much only on Instagram at Mike Sweeney 860, spelt just like you see it on the screen there. Other than that, I mean, I post some. You can keep up with my minor league stuff on there. Anything that I do as far as golf, it'll be on there. So.
Yeah, and all I did to find you really, and I Googled Mike Sweeney golf with them. There is another Mike Sweeney, ironically, that plays golf.
And we actually, I've never met him. We did play a couple of the same events in 2021. That was the summer when I was playing like the Med Open, the New York State Open, because I was actually an assistant pro that summer in New York.
Gotcha.
And we were in a couple of the same events, and like some people were really confused. So
So if you Google Mike Sweeney, the first thing that comes up is his MLGT profile, and you just click on it, and you can go into live scoring or whatever, or the events. And you're pretty much playing in all of them. Right now I don't really. I just kind of dug myself out of that credit card debt from that Q school, so I didn't really have much money to travel recently to go play any Mondays and stuff. So. Hopefully I'll get in a few more before the end of the year, and then we'll see what we're doing for Q School. I might honestly just go over to Europe and do DP World Tour Q School. That'd be great.
I'm not sure. I mean, obviously everything comes down to the money, that. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, good luck, Mike. I keep chasing that dream, brother. And
thank you, sir.
I'll keep supporting you. And I cannot thank you enough for doing this interview.
Absolutely.
Mike Sweeney.
Hey,
touring pro, you have yourself a great day, Mike. I appreciate it, and we will talk soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
All right, buddy. Take it easy.
All right.
Bye.
See ya.
So there you have it. A guy living out his dream. Mike's a great guy, and I really hope that he makes it. And he was very gracious to get on my YouTube channel and give me that interview. It just goes to show you that, you don't ever give up on your dreams, and Mike is a perfect example of that. So I wish him the best of luck, and I thank each and every one of you for watching this video. And please like and subscribe, and because there's a lot of good stuff coming out. And you guys have a great day. Peace.